Hi everyone, I'm Jyoti, and in today's English class, we shall see the lesson The 100 Dresses and also learn to know the term euphemism. This lesson, The 100 Dresses, talks about a girl who has been constantly bullied by her friends, namely Peggy and Maddie, and also by all her other classmates. She has been nagged for the dresses that she wear, and they keep constantly asking her about how many dresses she has got. She used to say them that she has got 100 dresses and 60 pairs of shoes in her closet, but they see her wearing only the same dress, which is blue in color. They bully her because she has come from a different place and she has got a different kind of a name, like her name is Wandra Petronsky. Wandra Petronsky is very depressed and she goes to the extent of quitting school. So, as told by her teacher about a drawing competition, the competition is about to draw dresses. So, she draws beautiful dresses and also there are 100 in number, each one with different colors and different variety and different pattern. So, the children, when they look at those dresses, they are dumbstruck. Only then they come to know the talent of Wandra Petronsky. They realize that they have done a very sad or a wrong thing, but it was too late. She has already quitted school and also they have moved to a different area. So, since this lesson talks about bullying and using harsh words which will leave a scar on people, so we need to know or we need to use certain words which will not harm people. Pardon me, but when a polite term is substituted for a blunt, offensive one, you should call it a euphemism. What is a euphemism? A euphemism is an innocuous word or expression used in place of one that may be found offensive or suggests something unpleasant. Euphemism comes from the Greek word euphemia, which refers to the use of words of good omen. Euphemisms are used to avoid directly addressing subjects that might be deemed negative or embarrassing. They may be created for innocent, well intentioned purposes. So, you have a lot of techniques for creating euphemism. You can use foreign words to replace an impolite expression, such as for fake, or faux pas for foolish error. Sometimes they are abstractions such as before I go. This is a term which is used for before I die. Using longer words or phrases can also mask unpleasant words such as flatulence for flattering, perspiration for sweat, or mentally challenged for stupid. Deliberately mispronouncing an offensive word may reduce its severity, such as darn for damn. Euphemism has got a lot of uses. It can help avoid being overly blunt and remain in a tone of politeness. It actually adds a lot of spice to your writings. They put a new spin on ordinary words and expressions. And to be very frank, it is very clever because it helps the reader think. Examples of euphemism in everyday life. So when we see a person who is bald, instead of directly addressing him as a bald person, you can use this polite word. You are becoming a little thin on top. He is a little tipsy for a person who is drunk. We do not hire mentally challenged for people who are stupid. He is a special child for disabled or learning challenged people. Functions of euphemism. It helps writers convey their ideas that have become a social taboo and are too embarrassing to mention directly. It helps the writers to choose appropriate words which refer to and discuss a subject indirectly that otherwise might not be published because of strict social censorship. So thus, euphemism is a useful tool that allow writers to write figuratively about the difficult issues. The different categories of euphemism. Euphemism can be applied in all the fields. So we need a polite or a soft word to convey a message, to convey a phrase, or to convey anything related to death and dying, because it is a very delicate and a final state that many of us like to dance around the truth. So here are some of the terms. Passed away instead of died. We can use this term for a close person who has just passed away. Dearly departed. Put to sleep instead of euthanize. Instead of the word abortion, we can use pregnancy termination. So for people who were killed, we can use wearing cement shoes. So these are some of the terms that can be used related to death and dying. Terms that can be used for physical and mental attributes. So we would have listened to our mothers say, or they would have taught us, if you don't have anything nice to say, don't say anything at all. So here are some polite and soft words to convey things which might hurt people. For example, for people who are fat or overweight, you can use this term big boned. For people who are short, you can call them as vertically challenged people. So people who are not smart, you can say not the sharpest pencil in the box. So people who are late, you can call them as chronologically challenged. And you can call a liar as economical without the truth. So various states of employment, terms which are used in various fields of employment, the euphemism words. On the streets instead of people who are homeless. For jail, we can use correctional facility. For people who are unemployed, we can say between jobs. For negative crash flow instead of broke. So people who got fired or kicked out of the job, we can say taking an early retirement. Euphemism has also some place in literature. It has been used by great writers and dramatists and poets. Even by Shakespeare in his Othello, Macbeth, he has used a lot of euphemisms in his writings. So here are some examples. Lover Eternal by J.R. Ward. You are a manipulator was a comment given by a person to another person. But the other person feels that he is better if he is called as an outcome engineer. The Eyre Affair by Jasper Ford. Don't ever call me mad. He doesn't like to be called as mad, but it is okay for him if he is called differently moraled. So these are some of the examples of euphemisms in literature, and there are a lot more. We have to go search for it and improve our knowledge. So the right to speech is there for everyone, or everybody has got the right to speech. But our speech should not hurt anyone or should not leave a scar on anyone's mind. So it is always good to use euphemism in our writings and in our speech to create a healthy relationship. I hope this video would have helped you to gain knowledge about euphemism and also terms related to the various areas. I hope you would use euphemism in your writings and in your speech. Thank you.